And we continue on here on a Wednesday from Radio Row in St. Louis, in Los Angeles. We are here in St. Louis, broadcasting out of St. Louis. That's right, with the former St. Louis Ram. He is Kyle Turley. That's the LA. You got the LA stuff on though. It's
this is old school, man. This is 100
Order stuff.
Yeah, it's 1937. I got my Rams World Order. OG, man, OG since I was a kid. What's up, brother? Good, man.
I mean, yeah. So you grew up in Utah, right?
I was born in Utah. Lived there until I was about 6, all around the state. Then moved to Washington State for about 5 more years. Moved to Southern California. Grew up out here in the valley, just outside of LA. My mom's from Orange County. Been a Rams fan since I was a kid.
So what? You were West Coast like your whole life, and then you just get thrown into the South, drafted by the Saints.
Drafted by the Saints. 7th pick, first round, man. It was an awesome experience. But being a Rams player, that was it was kind of I got traded. I was upset. They were our nemesis when I was in New Orleans, so it was like. I don't know about this, but when I put that Rams uniform on, it all came back. I even put that picture of me when I was 8 years old in my locker. March took it down. I didn't appreciate that. I think that started the rift.
That's what I mean. Why wouldn't he allow that? Like,
I don't know, man. Why would they? Why? Anyways, yeah.
No, because I don't know how close you pay attention because when Spagnuolo took over and there, like he took down all of the all the greatest show on turf stuff, like all around the facility, all around Rams.
That's
Park.
all he wanted up.
And like that was like, why would you do that? Like,
well, they had a picture. You could put a picture of yourself in your locker. Right in your locker, there's a thing to put your picture in of playing for the Rams. Everybody had their picture that the team put in there. And one day I was like, I'm going to put my picture in from when I was 8 years old with my Rams uniform on. It's kind of inspiring, right?
Yeah.
You have some little kids that maybe come in the locker room, maybe they're doing a tour or any fans or whatever, they might see that. No, man, that was taken down out of my locker real fast.
And that, I'm not, all different types of coaches over your years that you dealt with. It's stuff like that just seems, for as much game plan that goes into a football game, to worry about little details like that, it seems unnecessary, right?
No, I know. And then it spawned into, you're injured. You can't be on the sideline anymore. You got to sit in the stands. I was like, well, I can help.
Right. That's
no.
I know. I hadn't heard that story.
Hey, man, it was just you play for all kinds of guys,
right?
And they have their little quirks.
And it does with a guy like March too, for just the memory of, because we've had him on plenty of times, and he can remember down distance on a play that happened, and it was like, that play, like it was 3rd and 12, and we were on the 26-yard line, and it's just like
his mind as far as calling plays, it was awesome playing for the guys, offensive linemen. As long as you didn't have anything going on, you weren't affecting his bottom line. You stayed out of his way. You were good with you.
You played, so when you're in New Orleans, you're playing down at the Superdome, and then you're playing at the Dome in St. Louis, and
still on that turf.
When those places were loud, they were loud. Going there from being an opponent, as you mentioned, the rivalry from an opponent to being on the home team and running those offenses, and just the difference between the sound in both of those venues, because everybody knows how loud the Superdome gets. There.
Both of them at the time, especially you're still coming off the greatest show on turf, so it was loud. You play in those dome stadiums, and that noise level just as an offensive lineman, it's a long day when you're in the on the away team.
And then when that flips and you're seeing it from that other side, then when you're on the Rams and you're like, it's real easy. Now when it's quiet on
when you're in the home team, but even still in those domes, man, those fan bases, they still get loud when you're on offense, man. Yeah. You still having to out there calm down. You see the quarterbacks, come on, calm down. It's not easy, man. Either way.
When I saw that you were going to be here this week, we're on the heels. A couple weeks ago, the NFL decided they were going to put $1 billion into all of the research, the cannabis research, or
$1 million.
It was $1 million. I thought it was about, you know what? I'm sorry. I thought they have $1 billion.
$1 billion on CTE. $1 million to a research study. They've now split between 2 companies, so 500 to this company, 500 to that company.
But for somebody that's been an advocate of things like that for so long, is it frustrating to see that after all these years, after you have been kind of pounding the table with that, and now it's finally starting? It's kind of like with the you see the FanDuel over there.
Yeah,
How many years was betting just
right?
We don't speak of it, stuff like that. Now it's like, oh, here,
DraftKings, FanDuel,
right?
Yeah, gambling, yeah.
So knowing the benefits that how does that come off to you? Is it frustrating? Are you happy about it?
Yeah, progress is progress. Now the players aren't getting suspended for cannabis anymore, so it tests them positive. They want to know why you're using it. Now they've donated money to a study. They're going to have positive results. They're going to have negative results because they're just doing this in a random exposure, right? Blind study, so we can get. At the end of the day, the science of this is what should frustrate everyone. They're continuing to deny people the opportunity to understand their human health, and that the number one regulatory system in the human body is the endogenous cannabinoid system. All right. So once you understand that, then we can talk about this plant, because we don't need to talk about that plant if you don't want to, but that's just a whole nother, side to this that needs to be exposed. Now the opportunity for players to use cannabis on their own, as long as they don't do anything, stupid, when they're somebody like myself that used it as just a end of the day, try to sleep, try to eat, relieve your mind type of a medication, to the opportunity that they now have from the exposure that they've got guys like us trying to tell them about this plant and its full potential and anti-inflammatory properties and, curing diseases that are out here that football players have that are very serious, things like CTE. This has the potential to stop the progression of Alzheimer's, which is CTE.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the day, that's the studies and what they're showing. Has the opportunity to help guys continue to recover with anti-inflammatory properties that I will put what I've found in cannabis up against any pharmaceutical on the market today.
It is, the amount of money that has gone into CTE and all the brain study, that seems like that should be kind of top priority with all the issues we see players.
You'd think.
And the unfortunate amount of suicides and early deaths that you see in the sport of football for that too. That seems like that needs to be priority number one for the next couple decades.
You would assume so, but again, we have a union as well, and they're failing, massively. They could resolve this by standing up for the players and what the players are trying to say, and that the opportunity needs to be there for them to experience what these players are saying off the field that haven't, that are retired now, and they're having this experience dealing with this football life, we're continuing to defeat these statistics that are going on in our communities that don't have to exist. So we'll see what happens with the progress. It's slow, as they told me straight to my face after I gave a full PowerPoint presentation to them at the top of the Marriott Hotel right down the street in Marina Del Rey. It's the entire medical board of the NFL, and they said, "We know, Kyle, it's going to take some time."
And is it the owners that are pushing back? Is it?
I'm sure the
owners that they hear that word and
it has to be, because an owners group could say, you know what, we hear these players and we're going to stop testing. They don't have to say, Commissioner, hire us a medical advisor that dictates this part to us. Okay, the rest of the country's opening up, and you've got millions of people having this experience. It's true medicine. It's been acknowledged. The medical community's acknowledged cannabis as a medicine. Okay, it's been deemed essential through COVID. All these other things, and yet we're being denied this opportunity to use it. This is a travesty of conspiracy levels off the charts, and it has to stop. We're doing our best, so hopefully it happens.
You're here today on you've teamed up with the nationwide brand of Revenant MJ. Tell me a little more.
Yeah, about Revenant MJ started that with Jim McMahon, Eben Britton, myself. We've had this similar experience in dealing with all these injuries, post-football career, from orthopedic to cognitive, and had this experience with cannabis that has truly resolved these issues and has given us our lives back. For me, it saved my life, period. I'm going to continue to say that until I'm not here anymore, because it's the reason why I'm here every day, as I continue to use this and understand its capacity and what it has to offer. I wouldn't be able to sit here and do this interview with you, 6-7 years ago, and the fact that I'm still here. Go YouTube Jim McMahon's Hall of Fame induction speech at BYU. That should say everything to you, and he continues to go back to these 85 Bear reunions, and he's the only guy looking better you know, and so it's all we can do is keep being that example, and hopefully people pay attention. RevenantMJ.com is our website. All our products are over the state of California. Any shop you go into with a driver's license, anybody in town, ask them for our products, and then we're licensing across the country into every state that the opportunity is allowed.
Kyle, man, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
We'll be back with more
Rams
throughout the day here on Radio Row in Los Angeles.
St. Louis Acura was the #1 Acura dealer in Missouri in 2021, and we were the 17th in the nation for Acura sales volume. We sell over 100 pre-owned vehicles monthly, and we service all of the makes and models that we sell. We are waiting for verification of our 30th Acura Precision Team Award, the only dealer in the nation with so many awards for customer satisfaction and dealership performance. We have 300 pre-owned vehicles in stock right now. St. Louis Acura, better than ever for you.